Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we are going to make a simple little necklace using some beads from the SoftFlex Design Challenge Kit, Under the Sea. Now this is a little different than the videos I usually show you. I don't normally put this particular type of item on a YouTube video. However, I think it's sort of cute and you might enjoy making it. So let's turn down and I'll show you what we're doing. Okay, what we have here is a little glass bottle. I get these at Hobby Lobby in a whole box full of them. I have already formed and glued this little lighthouse on here. Before we're done, this bottle is going to get filled with glitter, probably blues to match the other things here. And we're going to put a little crystal up here at the top of the lighthouse. It'll be the light. So since I've already done this portion, I'm going to set this aside for now. We're also going to make a chain, which is these pieces here. We'll make the chain. And then this is our little bead strand. So because I'm running really low on little gold things and my pieces here are silver, what I have decided to do is make this everything else gold other than the bead strand. So what we need to do to make this is I have cut the end off of a regular head pin. We're going to take our smallest of our bell making pliers and wrap it around in a loop. Once we have the loop done, we will then have to break the neck. So now that we've got the little loop made here, what we need to do is take our regular chain nose pliers, put it inside the loop, and push over sideways. And now we have a simple loop. So now we're going to open this and put our fairy on. And I didn't open it enough. And then close her back up. And now we'll string our beads. So what we're going to do is we've got this little blue cat's eye, this little crystal rondelle, the little cube. Now we're going to use one of my little turtles as a spacer, and the other cube, and the other little cat's eye. Now I like to see how long these are compared to our bottle, and it's about the maximum length I make them. I try to give them about more like up here. And I could see about finding two different beads here so it would be a little bit shorter. Though I do like these beads, but let's see what we've got in case we do want to make it a little shorter here. Now here's our bead pack, and this is what we have left. I think the only thing in here that is smaller are these two tiny little flower beads and the bitones. You know, I think I'm just going to leave it this length. So the next step we want to do, of course, is to wind up our beads here. So we'll flip that over and get out our bell making pliers and grab hold here. Flip this over and around and down and over. And I maybe should have made this a simple loop because I don't have very much wire here, but that's all right. So we'll take this baby and we'll wrap it this little bit. Okay, there is our bead strand, all done. And now we can hook this to the cork, though we probably don't want to do that yet because we do need to put the glitter in and such. And then of course we'll hook the cork to our... So in the meantime, since we have our bead strand done and we haven't put our glitter in our bottle, let's make our chain. No, on second thought, let's get the glitter, put it in the bottle, and then glue the top and set it aside for a while. So then we'll make the chain, and that will give us a little time. We're going to put in a series of blues in the glitter. We can start any way we want. I am going to start, I think, with the this darker blue. Now this is a weird sort of glitter. It's like little sticks of glitter instead of the little squares like you normally get. Then we're going to put in this teal. And now that we've got that in, we're going to put in a little light blue across the top. We're sort of trying to simulate ocean colors here. Now, because this will settle, you need to give it a few bangs so that it will bring it down some. A little bit more, and I think that's plenty. Now I have glitters in multiple colors for these, so see how this one's looking here? So what we're going to do then is, well, we're going to get some of this glitter off my table is what we're going to do. Next step though is to take some E6000 and we're going to run around the rim of our bottle with it so that we can glue our cork in, because frankly these are mainly I mainly sell these to young girls, and we don't want them to be pulling the cork out all the time. So there is our glitter and our cork in. Push this in really hard because otherwise it will try to escape. So there's our bottle of glitter. And the next step we're going to do is we're going to find, I'm going to try and decide what color I want to put on in my light. I either want yellow or white, I'm thinking, or a clear, because we want to simulate either the lighthouse or the moon. So I am thinking I'm probably just going to go with a clear one. My yellows are all relatively good sized, and in fact a little bigger than I want them to be on my little lighthouse. So we'll get out my little flatback crystals, and there are a few really tiny ones here. Get out our tweezers and pull one of these out of the box. Now we want to see if this little one is one we want to use, or if we want this one, which is slightly larger. Let's see what the slightly larger one looks like. I always close my bottles up when I'm not using them because, well, we don't want to dump our little crystals all over the floor. That would be really bad. Whoop. I think we'll go with the bigger one here. So let's close this up and put this aside. I'll actually put it back in its drawer where it belongs. And then we'll put just a dab of E6000 right there where the lighthouse has the little hole, which is actually a charm, so this is where it would hold onto. I'm just gonna take in what's right there at the top from having done the top of the bottle. And then we will take our tweezers, grab that crystal. Well, frankly, I would like to use my crystal wand, but I'm not sure where I've got it at. So we'll just plop that into place and push it down. So there it sits now, like so. And now we'll sit the bottle away up aside for a little while, let it dry some. Bronzite will hold it here. And now we're going to take our pieces here and we are going to make our chain. Now I have a bail, which is what this is going to hook onto, a lobster claw. This is a pretty good sized one. I like these bigger ones because, well, I'm getting older. It's easier to use the big ones. So this is a 15 millimeter one, a large oval jumpring, and a small oval jumpring. The smaller one is to hold the lobster claw onto our chain. The larger one is for it to hook into. So we're going to make this 18 inches. So we'll get 18 inches of chain out here. 12. And there's 6 for 18, so we cut it right here. And put our chain aside. And then we will hook our larger, well, you can go either way now. Hook our larger jump ring to one side of this. This is what our lobster claw is going to grab onto. And close it up. Nice and tight. Now we're going to slide the bail on because it won't go over all of these pieces, even though it's a pretty good sized one. Slide the bail on. Then we'll open the smaller jump ring. And place the lobster claw on here and close her up. So there we have our chain with our bail all made. And now all we have to do is hook all our pieces together. And we're going to let the bottle dry for a while longer before we do that. But what we're going to do is we'll hook the bottle onto the bail, and then with where the ring is at, well, let's pull it down here so you can see what I'm talking about. We'll hook the bail onto here with one of the jump rings. Then we'll take these other two jump rings, come off the side of the ring, and hook it to our fairy dust, our little charm here we've got made. So we have to wait for this glue to dry for a while, and then we'll finish putting it together. So we'll set this down here. And we'll be back in a bit. Okay, I think we've let it dry long enough that we can put it together. It doesn't want to move anyway. So, and then of course we'll leave it to put it away to dry for the 24 hours that E6000 needs to dry. But it's time to put it together. So it's really pretty simple. You just take our jump rings, put the first one on our bead strand, close it up, take our second one and open it, and then go through the one that's here and through the top of our ring here. Okay, now because I've used two, that allows the one to go over the side like so, and then it hangs better. If you only use one, it sticks up over here, so you want to use two. So there is our fairy dust bottle along with our bead strand. And I see our little turtle has flipped. So there is what it looks like. Now for the last step, put your last remaining jump ring through the ring again, and then you go on to the bail and then close this baby up. See if we got that closed. Oh, it's a little open yet, so there we go. So now we put our tools away because we are done. See, I've got it there. See how it sits there with our little fairy hanging down the edge there. So there is our pretty little necklace. I'm not going to hold it up by the chain because even though it's pretty dry, it is, well, I am holding it up by the chain. It is not got its 24 hours in. So that is our fairy dust necklace. Now I do warn people if they make these or if they purchase them from me that this little bottle is glass. Don't drop it on the pavement. That would be very bad. So there we go. There is our little fairy dust necklace with our glitter in our bottle with now as I said, you didn't see me put the lighthouse on here. You don't have to put an embellishment on the bottle. You can just use just the bottle itself. I put the embellishment on because I think it's cool. And then of course I got put the little crystal on the lighthouse top. Then here is our bead strand, which we made from beads from the SoftFlex Company's Under the Sea with our little tear cast fairy at the bottom. So there we go. There is our fairy dust necklace. Isn't that cute? I hope you enjoyed making this with me. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.